This is Projector Dude. This is setting up a convergence. This is the Epson 3500. And this is what you really have to do with any of the higher end Epsons. So this is, I'm going to go through, start from the beginning. Okay, that's a 130-inch pick. Now, I just got done setting the convergence. And it can be a long, harrowing ordeal. People who have ever had CRT projectors remember this, but this isn't quite that bad. So basically what I'm doing is I'm going to hit menu. I'm going to come down to settings, click enter, come down to panel alignment. I'm going to click enter, and you'll see select color. That's red. That's the color that you're going to move left or right. Now the pattern color is red, blue, or green. You have the choice of picking individual colors to sync each individual color, like red to green, blue to green. Green stays where it's always static, and the red and the blue pull in. So I'm going to hit start adjustments, and you're going to see the grid pop up. Now this is very necessary. If you see colors bleeding out and it's not like a white intersection, that means it needs convergence adjustment. This is called panel alignment, but basically each panel, red, blue, and green inside the projector, basically is capable of fine movement electronically to bring the convergence in. So I'm going to click enter, and it says panel alignment color red. So I'm going to click enter. Oops, I'm going to go back. Adjust the four corners. For some reason, not working. Huh. Alright, let's try that again. For some reason it stalled. Here we go. Panel alignment. This is in low, by the way. This is a bright projector. Now, the first thing you're going to get is set the total alignment. What that does is it moves the individual colors, the whole grid, up and down. As you can see, I'm moving the grid, and it's not moving. What the hell? It says it's moving down here, but I think I'm all the way. Yeah, but you can see how the color's off slightly at the edges. If you look at the color, you can see where the and you have to go by and do each individual intersection to really get it to go right. But you do the corners next. So basically I have the reds about right. You can see, look for the middle of the picture. If you don't see any red bleeding out, there's a little bit of blue bleeding out, but that's not unusual. It all depends on how high you have the individual colors ramped up in the RGB. But typically here is a really good intersection. You'll see there's no bleed, there's no red, blue, or green bleed. So we're going to hit enter. This is going to say adjust the four corners. So we're going to come up, click on that, and you'll see up here the box is lit. That's the corner. You can see where there's a little bit of bleed, so we're going to come up. Now the only problem with this, when you do that, it affects the area in around it. So even though you're pulling that up, you're actually pulling up some of the adjoining grid also, which knocks it out. But you can see the blue out here is not, the blue's out, it's not synced with the, so I'll have to come back and do the blue. So we're going to hit next. It's going to go to the next square. You can see this one's out of alignment. So we're going to go up with that until it pulls in. And then we hit next. So you come down the bottom. We're going to pull up on that one until it comes in. And it really hasn't affected the rest of the grid all that much. We hit next. Come over here. we're going to pull that one up. And that's pretty much it. Next, intersection and adjust. This is where it gets tricky, which means here's this little thing pops up here, and you can go to each individual square. This is very time consuming, but if you go to each individual square and pull it all in, and now I'm going to hit, let's see, here's an intersection here. That looks good, looks good. Here I have a little bit of red bleed. So I'm going to click enter. You'll see the little crosshairs, little X. I'm going to come down a little bit with that. You push escape again. It lets you move it. We get your general idea. So basically you can see how tight this is. You're going to remember you're syncing on green. The green doesn't move. But when you're all done, the picture's fantastic. Now, a lot of people, these will come out of the factory and not be exactly right. But this has been Projector Dude. This has been the convergence adjustment. This is the Epson 3500. These are great projectors. They're fairly quiet. I recommend them. I think you can get them refurbed for under $1,000 or new they're around $1,200. But they're like 70-80,000 to 1 contrast ratio, good black levels. Nice pick. Very bright. Epsons are always bright. This is a Dell. This is a 3700 lumen. It's got a gorgeous picture too. As a matter of fact, a lot of ways it's better than this because it doesn't have the graininess. It's like a perfect fill. It's like seamless. We were really amazed by it. But this has been Projector Dude. This has been the adjusting the convergence on the Epson projector.